You don't necessarily need a degree to know your body. You can know your body just from how you feel. Doctors don't have all the answers. So listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Don't come from a place of fear. How do I know if I can trust myself? Maybe I'm confused. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Good Gut Feeling podcast, where we digest modern medicine with old world wisdom. Today, an amazing topic. So much information you can use today. But before we jump right in, this episode and all our prior episodes, all our future episodes are for educational purposes only and don't take the place of medical advice from your doctor. What are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about how to become your own doctor. These are literally things I have learned in 17 years of school, in 11 years of medical training, and 11 years of practice. And I'm going to be telling you my secrets today. Are you ready? How can you become your own doctor? This is really important even if you have a doctor, even if you have 5 doctors. Why is this important? Because many people have lost faith in the medical system. And really, some of it is very justified. But we need to know who we can trust, what information we can trust, what information is good information. Because on one hand, no, we should not be following blindly. We should be looking into what's really right for ourselves. On the other hand, if we have found a person who is really trying to help us in the right way, and we don't trust that person has a limited value in the amount of help that they can give you. So it's important to be able to discern can I trust, what information can I trust, what do I need to do for myself? What's real? What's helpful? Because even if you go to the best doctor and the best doctor gives you the absolute correct recommendations based on the medical guidelines, remember, they don't work for everybody. There's a bell curve. Some people they work for, some people they don't work for, and some people have adverse effects. It's just a ratio of risk versus benefit based on a population. Some people have no benefit, some people have a benefit, and some people have an adverse effect. So we need to be able to have some level of intuition, understanding, to be able to discern this very complex medical system, health system, and really choose the right things for ourselves. I'm going to tell you another thing. You go to a holistic doctor, a functional doctor, an integrative doctor, and many doctors have opinions about diets that are conflicting with other doctors. There are great doctors that recommend the carnivore diet. There are great doctors that recommend the paleo diet. There are great doctors that recommend plant-based. There are great doctors that recommend Mediterranean and everything in between, low FODMAP, specific carbohydrate diet. Which is the right diet for you? Because there are certain diets that have some good data, perhaps. Most diets don't have great data, but some data for some people with that condition. But remember, it's also a numbers game, because not everyone with the same condition does well with the same diet. And in fact, not even one person at different stages of their health journey does well with the same diet. So how do you know what to do? There's just an overload of information that's very confusing. First of all, know that nobody knows your body like yourself. You have a deep understanding, subconsciously and maybe consciously, of what you need. I have many patients that say, I did this, but I felt like it was not the right thing. Or I felt like it was something else. I felt like something else was wrong. I felt like this wasn't right. Listen to yourself. That's the first thing. Listen to your body. Listen to yourself. If something sounds wrong, I don't care how big of an expert a person, a doctor, practitioner is, and they're telling you something that doesn't resonate with your core, you may be right. You don't necessarily need a degree to know your body. You can know your body just from how you feel. Doctors don't have all the answers. So listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Don't come from a place of fear. How do I know if I can trust myself? Maybe I'm confused. Well, take some time, take some deep breaths, take some time to meditate. Get to a calm and peaceful place. When you're not coming from a place of fear, you can have a better sense of what you need. You can have a better idea. Trust your gut, trust your body, trust yourself. How do I know what I can do at home? How do I know what diet I need to eat? Well, check in with yourself. First of all, clean diet applies to everybody. Eating good foods apply to everybody. Foods need to be natural. The least processed foods. That applies to any kind of food you choose, whether it's meat, a plant, or anything in between. Food needs to be high quality. So look at the ingredients. Look at where it comes from. Do your research. The best way, really, is to know your farmer. Go local, and you can get to know your farmer. Then you can really know how the food is grown. How is it prepared? That's ideal. It's not always possible. I personally can't do it. I do still shop at the commercial health food markets. Remember, just because something is labeled as healthy doesn't mean it is. Read the ingredients. Is there anything in the ingredients that you don't know what it is, or it doesn't sound like a food? Don't get it. Stick to foods that you know. You can't go wrong with foods that are close to the way that they exist in nature, with minimal tampering, with minimal processing in some amount. For example, almost every single person can do well with some kinds of cooked vegetables. Raw vegetables are sometimes hard on people. Check in with your body. Okay, so I don't know, do I need raw or cooked? Well, I know I need clean. That is not even a question. I know I need clean. Do I need raw or cooked? You see what resonates with your body. What feels good after you eat it. It's not always the case we always feel bad after we eat it, but sometimes we do. If I eat it for a week, do I feel tired? Do I feel worse? Check in with yourself. Check in with yourself, not when you're starving, not when you're anxious. Check in with yourself when you are in a calm place. Source your foods well. That's a given. But what foods you select, trust yourself. Minimally processed, cooked at home. No one is going to, unless you have a private chef, but no one's going to cook the foods the way in a restaurant or in a commercial establishment, the way you're going to cook them at home, unless you have someone working for you to follow your instructions. So home cooked, cook at home. Put the love into your food. Very important. Really, you can have foods cooked identically, but the energy you put into your food, the love you put into your food, it makes a difference. I like to cook my own foods. I don't have a ton of time, but it's a priority for me because I want to eat and I want my family to eat the best, most healthiest, most nutritious foods. How else can you sleep? Sleep is a must. Get enough sleep, but go to sleep early. Don't get enough sleep from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, that's 8 hours, but it's not your best 8 hours. Your best 8 hours maybe are at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Go to bed as early as you can. Then calculate the hours you need, because earlier sleep has more value. You will not catch up with going to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m. and then sleeping your 8 hours or your 7 hours. It's not the same thing. It's important that you go to sleep early, that you get enough sleep, that you are getting high quality sleep. How can you get high quality sleep? Sleep hygiene. Don't be on your phones. Don't be on your screens. A couple hours before bedtime, focus on a bedtime routine. Spend your last hours with pleasant conversations with family, with reading a good book, taking a walk, taking your dog out for a walk, whatever that is. Not on screens, not talking about politics, not discussing stressful things, money situations. Really focus on winding down. Exercise. Exercise is also not a one size fits all. Some people can do intense HIIT classes. Some people can run a marathon. Some people just need to walk. So check in with yourself. Exercise should be mildly challenging for most people. If you don't have a major injury, if you don't have a major heart issue, for the most part, most people can exercise to some degree. So what's your level of exercise? Well, what works for you? With a little challenge, and build slowly. So if it's walking, if it's swimming, maybe it's yoga. Most people do well with those, but the intensity has to be tailored towards you. It has to be slightly challenging, and it has to be improving. And that is the right exercise program for most people. And this is probably the most important thing, is your personal interactions. They should be positive. Try to focus on spending your time with people who bring you joy. There's nothing more important in life than friends and family. If people bring you joy there, that is priceless. If these interactions can help you or help someone else, that is priceless. That is a purpose. Do something joyful in your job. Do something purposeful. Lead a life of purpose. That is really true health. Many people are burnt out. Many people are miserable at their jobs. Unfortunately, some people feel stuck. Some people are stuck. But if you have a choice, focus on good things. Focus on things that bring you joy. That is really true health. Okay, you got some of my secrets of my many years in this that I've been practicing. Stay healthy, stay gutsy. If you like what you're hearing, find more on wholegut.com. I look forward to seeing you all next week.